Foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about pros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about
comic books, costumes, facts, boots, and other stuff.
In this week's issue, Batman, A Lonely Place of Dying, Part 2.
Welcome into Bros, Foes, and Heroes. I'm Zach, joined as always by the guy who still is a very good replacement for Sidekick, Mr. Mike.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I didn't really know what to say there.
That's fine. I didn't have one.
We've got a buddy that I record a show with that is famously the hell yeah guy now.
Is he between us, or
because,
has somebody else referred to him?
Oh no, this was in the comments.
Oh,
that's where it started.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
So we did a live show with. It was a very important interview.
Yes.
It ultimately came
yes,
down
very
to.
much so.
And he was, all he said during the interview was, "Yeah, hell yeah." That was about it. And this interview was like, I don't know, 45 minutes. I mean, it was.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
And hell yeah. That's all you got to do, actually.
Yeah, sure.
I am going to continue. I didn't do a World's Finest Wednesday and show or anything, even though we are recording this on Wednesday because this is the only time we let you know we gave you out our schedules. We were going to be able to figure it in. This will play sometime this week, but it is part 2 of our A Lonely Place of Dying. We covered part 1. It's 5 issues. We broke it up into 2 parts. But we covered part 1 earlier this week on the show. If you want to go back and listen to that, that came out on Tuesday. Usually we're on Monday. We're running a bit behind, but you know what? It's football season. There's a lot going on.
It is right now.
Oh, it absolutely is what it is. I wanted to pull up.
Honestly, since we've started recording in here, we can kind of do it pretty much whenever we want.
That is true. If it's open. Now, the thing is, I'm going to have to figure out some ways to like maybe add some comics and spruce it up a little bit.
It's fine. I mean, for now.
I've been told.
I would rather do
people
this.
like this room. I've been told.
Yes, I would rather do this and get content out than wait for the other room and possibly miss it.
That's true. So maybe we will start doing this. Yeah. I was told by people they like the other room. I also got a compliment on my shirt, which is nice.
We might actually do one on the elevator.
It's my. I had to make sure I didn't pause that. I wanted to pull up though, Mike. Just some of the comments from earlier this week.
Great.
Just to bring up. I mean, I love all the comments we get from you guys. They were all amazing, and I promise I'm still going to reply to all of these. But I wanted the one I wanted. Well, there were 2 from our buddy Red Lighter, who said one that I agree that we need to bring back. Yeah, I shortened Lighter.
Okay.
Sorry, I know I should.
I swear to God, I thought you said Red
Lighter. Lighter.
I don't know what's wrong, but
anyway,
you should see a doctor.
That I found very funny that we need that he agreed that we need to bring back Joe Cool, Joe Camel. Also need to bring back the Budman, which I didn't remember the superhero.
So you're talking 2 different things here. The Budman was a little cartoon guy that looked like he came out of Mad Magazine or something. Because I think, if I am not mistaken, and I very rarely am, it feels
the hubris.
I
love it.
Very much like Sergio Aragonés, the guy who drew a lot of cartoons for Mad Magazine. But I don't know that that's who it was. I just know it had that same kind of feeling.
I remember the night. Remember the Dilly Dilly night?
Dilly Dilly night.
That wasn't his name, but they did the Dilly Dilly.
Remember that. But that's we're talking when
I was just thinking of Bud commercials.
Well, I'm just saying when we talk Budman, we're probably talking like late 70s, early 80s.
Oh, okay. Then never
old.
mind. Well, I mean, Joe Cool is Snoopy, but Joe Camel was the Camel.
Sure.
Is there a better name besides Camel? Anyway, also another comment from him that I want to. He brought up that Robin is the man, and that you will fall in love with the greatest sidekick ever. I've been trying to make him, and I feel like slowly he's at least appreciating some aspects. We are about to get to a part in this story that I read. Actually, Mike was around when I was reading this, and he heard me make comments, and he'd be like, "What?" And I'd be like, "You're gonna have to wait." So, and then also another comment that I just enjoyed that we got, that somebody said that you ate an extra serving of your Chaos Wheaties.
What does that mean?
I think just you being very chaotic in general.
Yeah, well, that happens.
Well, that's Mike at its best. At his
sorry,
best,
guys.
or
I
at
don't mean
its
to be
best,
chaotic,
Mike at its
but
best. No,
screw
I don't.
you. No,
I
I'm
think
just-
she meant that as a compliment. I don't think. I don't think that was.
Joking.
So
I do appreciate all the comments.
I do.
The comments are great.
I wanted to touch on some of them because I do. We appreciate
away.
all of them, guys, and as well as all the recommendations you've been sending to us. If you have one or you just have a comment that you want, Mike and I to see, and sometimes I don't get to all the YouTube ones, feel free to email us, brosfoesandheroes@gmail.com. That was Budman. Okay.
Yeah. I was
Okay.
trying to-
Mike found a picture of it.
Well,
I guess I should have looked him up so I could share
no.
my screen.
No, I think that we're dealing with two different things here because this is also Budman,
Oh.
which that's weird. I was going to put it on the screen for everyone to enjoy, but I'm using a Mac and I don't know how to save them. So there we go.
Oh man, I'm using a Mac and I don't know how to save them. All right, well that's the best way. Real quick before we get into, I'm trying to make sure. Was there anything else you wanted to touch on before? I guess I'll just fill up part 2 of here. I feel like I'm
Touch on
stalling.
that. Look at that.
Is that a bank?
This
Oh no,
lady's
that's an
standing right
actual
next to
woman.
it. Yeah,
it's a
gigantic.
life-size Budman.
Yeah. I know this is great content.
Oh,
for
it
you
absolutely
guys.
is.
Yeah.
Especially for the people who listen. I feel
Sure.
like our audience who has been with us from the start when we were just audio.
Poor guys.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for being with us forever. I don't know if there is
you,
a
Jeff.
Jeff. That's just been somebody we've had you forever.
Jeff can be a bit of a dick, though.
You always call it Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff
some
is.
reason.
Jeff is.
You ever been to an apple orchard?
Wow, that was. If we were
Sorry.
looking for segues.
There we go. There is no segue
No,
from that.
I've never been to an apple orchard.
I haven't either, but
I've been to a winery.
they have them everywhere,
you know,
don't
and
they?
Like,
Well, not-
like a wine grove, like where they grow the grapes and stuff.
is that called a grove? A winery?
I think it's a grove. Is it not? He comes in and just knocks the camera over.
yeah.
Mason comes in and just hits the camera.
Still fine. Let it crush.
Oh, okay, thank you.
He just wanted to come
Just like
in.
Budman.
Just like Budman. But I can't find a better. We're just off the rails and everywhere. So let's go ahead and get back
Where the hell
on.
did that come from? What are we
I
talking about?
had a conversation about it the other day, and I believe that there are orchards. I'm of the belief, like I haven't looked this up, that there are just orchards everywhere, and that is something, right? Everybody has orchards, don't they?
Are you writing poetry?
No, I'm not.
Orchards everywhere.
No, what is the?
Not a
There's
drop
the
to
one.
drink.
I remember the Bullwinkle one. It's like the lovely thing about a tree. Remember?
Yeah,
And then there's the
yeah.
swing one. That's I think Robert Louis Stevenson.
Yeah.
No, I just had. I don't remember how I got on the topic of apple orchards, and I thought since we were being crazy, I was just going to try to be crazy. But no,
Red bladder.
lighter.
You have sent me down this Budman hole here that is hard to come out of.
Like you, that's the thing. When
I'm gonna
Mike,
start
it's like
calling him
earworms.
Red bladder.
I'm sure he will not like that. I'm
No,
sorry.
Red
That's
lighter.
me.
I got you.
There we go. Anyway,
Just me being friendly.
okay. Now that we have run off
a bite or
everybody,
two.
now that we have ran off everybody new to the podcast who might be like, "Oh, we'll give it a
Nobody's run
shot."
off.
That's true.
We're
this
fine.
is why you pay attention, is for the ridiculousness you give us. What we have is part 2 of A Lonely Place of Dying. That didn't open up like I wanted it to. There we go. In between us, I explained it last week. It cuts back and forth between Batman and New Titans. So last episode we covered Batman 440, New Titans 60, Batman 441. So to finish out our story, we have New Titans 61, Batman 442. New Titans 61 here, which has Nightwing and Batman. Very, just action everywhere on the cover.
It's a lot of glass.
It is a lot of glass. You think they picked that out before they turned it into dry cleaning, or do you think they make Alfred? I mean, obviously there's no dry cleaning. You think Alfred has to pick all the glass out?
Yeah.
That's the
I
thing they don't talk about is Alfred does a lot. We saw him nurse Bruce back to health.
Yeah, and this Alfred I'm not crazy about either. He looks wrong.
Okay. Well,
some
he
reason.
does something really cool
looks
that I
weird.
liked. We'll get to
Yeah.
it. The writers of our story we kind of talked about last time, Marv Wolfman, the pencilers, George Perez, also at least for this issue, Tom Grummett, inker Bob McLeod, colorist Adrian Roy, letterer John Costanza, not to be confused with George, and then editors,
John.
Jonathan Peterson and Mike Carlin. George Perez, also a writer or co-plotter. I think he was listed last time, but he's part of this
Co-plotter?
too. Sometimes when you write with
What
somebody,
the F is a co-plotter?
somebody somebody who helps you like come up with the story. Like you plot out the story together, and then somebody else writes all the dialogue. You know,
all I could think of was like drafting, like plotter. You know, those big plotters. And stuff.
Like that. No. All right. So part 4 or 5, we got 2 parts here, and it might not be the longest episode today, but it'll be a good one as we kind of close out our story. I do love this POV shot that opens up of kind of like Tim. Do you want to recap real quick, or do you remember where we are? This was just 2 days ago.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, just in case,
Robin. There you go. Done.
Yeah. For those who are just joining us, essentially, Batman hasn't been the same since Jason Todd's death at the hand of the Joker, and Tim Drake noticed that, and so Tim Drake has hunted down Nightwing, who Nightwing and Batman aren't on good terms right now. Like eventually, we didn't kind of cover this part of it, but like Dick Grayson is older, and he's kind of like, yeah, I'm tired of just being told what to do all the time. There's more than your way to do things. It is like there's more than your way to do things. I can go out and be of assistant my own way. I am like I'm the leader. He is Nightwing. I'm the leader of the Teen Titans. Like I know how to be a good leader, and so he's kind of off. They're butting heads, so they're not seeing eye to eye.
Puts on his best Broadway suit
he
and
does.
Goes out and sings and dances for everyone.
Tim Drake has been on this mission, this little 13-year-old boy.
You ever seen Starlight Express?
No.
So Starlight Express is who's the guy that did Cats? Same guy.
Okay.
Same guy.
The
Same
Cats
writer,
guy.
same everything. Yeah. Starlight Express is all about roller skating. Right?
Okay.
And it's like in the 70s, like
this is
like roller skating.
Like Lock-In, but
Lock-In.
Wasn't Lock-In about? Never mind. Go ahead.
Wait, what? Lock-In?
No.
What is Lock-In?
Isn't there a movie called Lock-In?
No, that's what all the Christian groups do at the bowling alley. No, this was.
They do have lock-ins. I forgot about that. Which, by the way, how kind of it's like, hey, you guys want to have fun? We're gonna lock you in a room, and you guys stay up.
I have never understood that. Now, knowing what I know now about Christian leadership and youth pastors, I know what they're doing in that lock-in. So, but Starlight Express, big musical, ran on Broadway for a long time. But it was very 70s, 80s kind of flashy, shiny,
all about roller skating,
rolling around kind of stuff, right? His suit reminds me of somebody who would be in Starlight Express.
Okay.
That was a very long way of getting to it.
I get
but
that.
That's where
they're not the ones who sang "Afternoon Delight," are they?
No, that was just a band.
But it has a name. It's like the Starlight Vocal Band, isn't it?
It is the Starlight Vocal Band. You're absolutely right.
See, I knew it was. The name you saying that just made me think of. Okay. Anyway.
Afternoon Delight.
One of my favorite Arrested Development episodes is where I think it's like the company Christmas party, and both George Michael sings it with Maybe, and while he's singing it, he's realizing, oh, this is a weird song to sing with my niece.
Yes.
And it's kind of awkward between them, and then the bit happens again.
Yes.
Because what's his sister's name? Dang it, it's Portia de Rossi's character.
The girl's name is Maybe.
That's the niece.
Yeah.
But she sings it with George Michael and has the same realization. That's a weird song to sing with your nephew.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. Anyway,
screwing in the afternoon.
Yeah, it is. So eloquently put there by Mike. Back to our story. So Tim's trying to.
So all that to say, Nightwing loves to screw in the afternoon. And
afternoon delight.
Yeah.
And roller skate. Yeah. Probably. So Tim is trying to hunt down Dick to essentially. He realizes that Batman.
There's no way to say that.
There is no way to say that, but he realizes
Tim's hunting down Dick.
He does, but he feels like Batman really is in need of a Robin. That he's just not the same without that partner.
That's true.
Yeah, and so that he's a lot more reckless. He doesn't care about himself. He doesn't care about the situation. So Tim Drake, ultimate detective for the 13-year-old that he is able to figure out who exactly Batman and Robin are.
It didn't sound that hard, honestly.
It didn't, honestly. Like the way he lays it out, you're kind of like, man, why didn't anybody else figure it out before that? But I mean, Tim Drake's a smart kid. I guess maybe he's the only one who saw the Graysons and realized the somersault thing. I don't know.
The other thing is there's two major newspapers very close to each other. There's the one in Gotham, and then there's the Daily Planet. So, and nobody's figured this out.
That's true.
Of course, again, you're talking about an entire newspaper that can't figure out, well, when the guy puts glasses on.
They're hypno glasses. That's
why. Okay, shut up.
So that kind of gets us to where we are. Tim is able to finally find Dick Grayson at the circus. The circus he was at was about to close. I mean, he was.
As stupid as that.
So anyway, he talks him into coming back to help Batman.
Yeah.
And Nightwing is like, yeah, I will help Batman. But no, I'm not doing it as Robin. I'll do it as Nightwing. Like, there's Robin's dead, man. Like, I've grown up, I've evolved. I don't need to go back and do that. I do. But I do love this POV shot to open up
it's a
episode
cool
of him like, no, you need it as Robin. And that's where he essentially tells him, like, no, I don't think you understand, kid. Like, I've already been Robin. That's in the past. I'll go help him as Nightwing. And so he leaves, and Tim cries. But he's like, you can't. He does, though. He's like, you can't just let
he leaves and Tim cries.
Well, he does. Because
Shane, come back,
you
Shane.
Can't just let Shane. It is.
It is. It's
but
exactly
he goes, you can't let a legend die like that, Dick. You can't let them just die. And like, I get, I'm sorry, I'm not trying, like, I get what it's going for. It is.
Sure.
Tim is a very sentimental kid, and I get what he's going for here of like, it's not that it was you as Robin. It's the image of Robin, and there's going to be more of this.
Anybody's feelings. These people are all drawn on this piece of paper. They don't really exist.
That's fine. So this is a Teen Titans book, so there is also a Teen Titans story going on. That's Raven. I don't know if you know that.
Good for her.
New iterations. The Raven that I know of more from mine or that I'm more used to is from like the Teen Titans show.
Mm-hmm. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, and she's more, I think, like blue or like purple of skin now. She's not necessarily drawn like that. She has the hood.
In this one, she hears squee.
She does. Well, it's an emergency. She gets a phone call. Oh, that's what it is. No, I'm sorry. The squee is she gets a phone call that's essentially like, is your refrigerator running? I don't know if you can hear that or not. But yeah, she's like, this is for Robin. And he's like, he's not here. But I can, help you if you want. He's like, no, I know you're going to trace my location.
Call for Robin,
for real.
Basically,
he's like, I know you're going to trace my location. Nice try, but I invented that ploy. And she's like, no, she's like, no, I think I'll just leave a message. And that's where the squee is the message. I don't know what the message is.
I just, before you start here, just go back to that last page.
Okay.
If you go down to the bottom, does that not look like every bubblegum ad we've ever seen in any of these comics?
Try a bazooka. Yeah, no, for
Mom,
sure.
It's so hot outside. Kool-Aid.
Yeah, it is. It's all those down there. So I'll tell you this.
Thanks, Cyborg.
There's a team. Well, he brings up, he's like, man, the world's really got to be in serious trouble now if they're looking at me as a role model. And you're like, come on,
try this
Cyborg.
cherry Kool-Aid.
Think of yourself a little bit better, buddy.
Yeah.
But the Titans story, I'm going to put this all in a nutshell of what we need to know from it is essentially Raven.
We don't need the squee.
They're trying to hunt down the person who made this call, and they can't figure out who it was. The dude just hooked up to the telephone pole.
That's so hard.
But there's something that needs to be given to Robin.
I love how superheroes can't figure it out because some dude climbed a pole and stuck a wire on another wire.
It was the 80s. It was the 80s. Well,
You're superheroes.
Because it was off the highway. So once he got back on the highway, they couldn't follow.
I can levitate
tires.
and I can shoot fire out of my ass, but I can't figure out who's making a phone call. Okay. Great. Good job, Dick Grayson.
I would love, and I guess we kind of get that in the boys with some stuff, but I would love if it's just like, if they're like, you have all this power, but I'm not a good detective. And so it's just them not being able to figure it out.
I don't know. I'm not a detective.
All of our characters that we cover here, like that's the thing, is like Batman's the ultimate detective, right? So he's all going to figure it out. But what if you have somebody, like maybe it would be funny to have rich Bruce Wayne who has all these gadgets and then is just a terrible detective. So he just can't. He's like, and I think it was Penguin. And Robin's there to be like, no, let's try that again. Like to run him back through it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I think that's Wayne Bruce.
Wayne Bruce. Anyway, Nightwing asked Commissioner Gordon to flip on the bat signal because he's trying to get Batman to show up.
Commissioner Gordon right there. That's what he's
That is what Commissioner Gordon looks like for sure.
For the comic book version. Anyway. That's what
but he flips it. I will say that most of the movie versions that we've gotten of Commissioner Gordon, I've been fine with. I don't think we've gotten a bad Commissioner Gordon for the most part.
Who's the one that's in the Justice League?
J.K. Simmons.
No. Is that who it is?
Yeah, J.K. Simmons was in the Snyderverse.
Who's the...
in Batman vs. Superman and stuff, I thought it was.
Who's the other guy? There's an English guy that was Commissioner Gordon. Skinny guy.
He was Commissioner Gordon?
Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
I mean,
it doesn't matter.
Andy Serkis most recently played...
Not Andy Serkis, because you can always tell him because he's got all those lesions on his face from where they put the ping pong balls.
You think that's what it's all from?
Sure, it's all from the ping pong balls, yeah.
Have we talked about the genius of Andy Serkis? Like, I do want to take a small moment. Okay, well, I want to take a small moment. This is a weird thing. What is...
That's from the Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh, but
Where he does the hands.
That wasn't Andy Serkis. That's Dave Jones, I think.
Whatever.
Or Dave. It's the tall.
Is Andy Serkis not in that?
He might be.
Well,
he does all the like Planet of the Apes, and he's
I have it
Gollum,
on good
and
authority that he really
Smeagol
enjoyed the
and-
movie, if nothing else.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's just very good at the mocap
just
stuff.
do
For
this
when you
to
don't
people.
see, all I'm saying is like knowing that you don't see him,
Yeah.
he still emotes and
Yeah.
acts very well. And
Certainly,
all that.
yeah.
Very much kind of like Alan
he's
Tudyk.
British, you know.
He is. He's the British Alan Tudyk. I mean, he's been around longer, but still, it's those kind of
Gary-
guys.
I don't know.
Just Gary.
Just Gary. Oh,
Okay.
Gary. Remember when Gary did that thing?
Anyway, so they turn on the bat signal. Batman doesn't show up, and Nightwing's like, yeah, I expected. That's cool. You can turn it off. But Raven does show up, and she has a microcomputer card for Nightwing.
A microcomputer card.
And well, she goes, a data disk. I'm sorry. This data disk
that's
must
even
be
worse.
run on your microcomputer. And she hands it to
no.
him. And it honestly looks like a small SD card. I love technology from in the 80s. Essentially, she's like, here's an SD card. And he puts it in his ARM computer.
Here, I brought your zip drive.
And you see, he puts it in his ARM computer there.
ARM computer.
And he reads it. And what is on this is all of the clues. We'll get to it here in a second because Nightwing turns on into full cop mode. I think the way he's drawn.
Okay.
But Tim is still hanging out with Alfred back at Wayne Manor. His parents aren't there on a business trip. Tim was supposed to be at a hotel. It's a vacation week from boarding school, but he's just hanging out at Wayne Manor. And
Do you know how many people have played Alfred?
a lot. Is that what you're looking up?
3, 6, 9, 12.
15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36?
37. Look at this. I mean, it just keeps going.
Okay, that dude at the bottom's like 12. There's no way he
That's
played
whatever.
Alfred.
He played young Alfred. In Batman Goes to the Bathroom.
Oh, I was going to say there is that Pennyworth show that I forgot about. So yeah.
That's true. I'm sorry. I've really gone down a hole.
You're good.
here.
So all that SD card that Raven showed up and gave Nightwing, it just has all the clues that Batman has from Two-Face on all of these,
So
different.
it's just a Two-Face.
It's like a
disc.
Two-Face compendium of all the clues.
Okay.
And so he's looking through all of them and trying to figure it all out, like using everything
Weber?
Batman taught him.
Steven Weber played Alfred from Wings. That guy?
No, he
That's what
probably
it says.
voiced him in something.
Oh yeah, maybe.
He probably voiced him in something.
All right, I gotta. Good
Yeah,
God.
put your phone down.
Okay.
So I do love in this panel though too when they give us throwbacks or
Boy,
flashbacks.
Look at that motorcycle.
They tell you exactly what issue the flashback's from. Oh, I lost you for a second. Oh no, there you are. You're back. But I love how it's like, oh, and this flashback was from 440, and this one's from 441. Anyway,
That is cool.
it is what it is as Nightwing is going through Batman's clues that he's left him and looking very Chips-esque. It's showing you like remember the two guys,
Wheelie.
those two guys wasn't that Papa Wheelie was the guy who ran the diner for U.S. Archer. Remember way
Papa
back?
Wheelie.
His
Yeah.
name was Papa,
Yep.
P-O-P-P-A, Wheelie.
Yep.
The like third or fourth.
U.S. Archer is.
Yeah,
Garbage.
the third or fourth
That
comic
is
we ever covered on
garbage.
this show is U.S. Archer, and it is about a truck driver who has a computer in his brain. This is a Marvel comic, I'm pretty sure, that has a computer in his brain
Yeah.
and a like Transformer-esque
But it's all Hot Wheels.
truck.
Right?
But it was all just
Yeah.
made just to sell
It's just made
toys.
for
It
Hot
was
Wheels.
12 issues.
Yeah.
It was about his brother and an evil trucker, and we covered it, and it was
Who
ridiculous.
doesn't have an evil trucker in their life?
Some of these,
I mean,
though, that
come
we
on.
did audio only, we need to come back and do a video. But
Sure.
anyway,
well,
so
and the other thing is on stuff like this, when I start crashing on it and making fun of it, just remind me of U.S. Archer,
Okay.
Black Condor,
Of all the
things
really
like that.
awful
yeah,
stuff
'cause we
we've
have
done.
done some pretty awful things.
so Nightwing does end up
That second Captain Carrot,
the second Captain
yeah,
Carrot?
we did 2 of them, and that second one was terrible.
Oh, the one with the
Yes.
with the Oklahoma
Awful.
Bones.
Awful.
Yeah, that was our
Awful.
Easter episode.
Yeah.
Um,
God, Jesus was pissed.
so he let us know in the comments.
Hey, by the way, today's the Rapture.
That's what I've heard.
So if you're hearing this, well, welcome to heaven.
Actually, I can promise you, if you're watching this episode, good chance it didn't happen because it's coming out the day after.
Well, welcome to heaven, or sorry you're in hell. One or the other.
But you have us for entertainment.
That's right.
So Nightwing ends up figuring out all the clues the same way Batman did, and he shows up at the same location Batman's at. And he tells him, like, hey, I'm here to help you. And Batman's like, all right, good. And he stops himself from saying, I need help, and just flat out goes, I could use the help. And Nightwing's like, all right, well, I'm here. Anytime. Like, all you had to do was call me.
Yeah.
And Batman's like, all right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go in the front door. You're going to go around to the back. He's not going to suspect both of us there. And Nightwing kind of tells me, he's like, okay, why not just let me take the direct route and throw him off? Because he's expecting you.
You say Dick's going to go in the back?
That he does say that. He knows you're coming. Like, he's not expecting.
But there was no way around
I
that.
I know. That's fine. That's why I let you
I didn't
have
get that
it.
out. I was going to blow up.
I get that. That's why I was going to let you have it. But so Nightwing tells him, like, he's expecting you. Why don't you just let me go in? He's not expecting me. Like, that'll throw him off completely.
Yeah, sure.
And Batman's like, no, I told you the plan. You can either follow the plan or just leave. Like, do what I say.
Night dork.
That's what, but he is. He's very much, and he, like, Batman tells him, this isn't the Titans. Like, I'm the one in charge. So that's what you do. Yeah. And so he just kind of swings off from the roof and goes there. And Nightwing's like, fine, whatever. When Batman comes to the house, he realizes it's all upside down, which is kind of, okay.
Casa de Magneto or whatever it was called. What was that one at Six Flags?
No, it was on the Batman ride. It was on Mr. Freeze.
No. There was a house at Six Flags.
No, I get that. And then the Batman ride in it was the Joker house, and it was flipped upside down.
They made it a Joker house?
Yeah. I don't know if at one point in time it was something else.
Casa de Magnetica.
Okay, it might have been. Well, this one was you know how they had the rides with queues that were like you walk through, and they're like kind of, this was like one of the queues for that you walk through, and it was like a cool, like upside down.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe it was Riddler. It was one of them, but yeah.
That's a poor use of the Casa de Magnetica.
I'm sorry that it's a poor use of the Casa de Magnetica.
And why can't you buy pink things anywhere else? Do you remember pink things? God,
we've talked about pink things on this show. We have talked about pink things on this show.
It's sherbet on a stick.
That's okay.
But it's pink, and you always got one when you came out of the.
See, it was always the lemon thing.
The limoncello thing, the whatever,
freeze.
The frozen lemon juice.
That's what it was for my generation.
It was as you come out of the Spelunker's cave. Did you ever go in the Spelunker's cave? Okay.
You're making shit up.
I'm not making shit up. It was a Spelunker's cave. It was these little dwarfs with pickaxes near it. Doom, 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 doom.
Are you sure that's not something at Disney?
Nope, they were Spelunkers.
This sounds very much like either Snow White.
Somebody look it up.
It sounds. I believe you. There's a runaway mine train. Was that related to this?
No. It was in that same area, but in.
Did you just go in and like
Texasville or whatever? It was a dark ride, so that means like small world after all, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's
where you're just on a boat and you're just lazily going through kind of thing, and then there's the little scenes of the characters doing.
That's what
stuff.
the Spelunker cave was.
That's what the Spelunker cave was.
Oh no! You know what it was? You know what? I know exactly what they turned.
They made it into a Looney Tunes thing, didn't they? Yeah,
they made it into a Looney Tunes ride because that's what it was when I was a kid, and you
it
ride
was cool
through
because that's where the air conditioning was. So you always go in there,
but it always
you get a pink
smelled
thing
funny
on your way out. Yes. Well, that smell is mold and death. But and stagnant water is what that is. Have you ever? Well, think about it. Have you ever like at the fair, not the circus, the fair? And you see those water rides for like the little kids.
Yeah.
Well, the circus seems a little more highbrow.
No, I know,
me,
but it's just the circle. It's just the circle.
Just a circle of water. Yeah. You remember we used to have it
Kitty
over at the
Land.
Lions Park? Yeah, Kittyland. And it was always the most stagnant, gross
It was
ass
like
water.
green.
You'd put your kid on there and you'd be like, "Do not touch that fucking water. Don't touch that water. You need all of your fingers." I mean, because if you've got an open wound, forget about it. You're dead.
No.
You're dead.
But it was like I always thought as a kid, and I realized it now. I was like, oh, that's a cool color.
That's
but
how
it was
everyone
because
in
of
the Civil War died.
There were like it was cloudy. And like the thing is it shouldn't have been that cloudy.
No.
I think as a kid I thought that they have chemicals in there to keep us safe.
Nope.
But it was. I'm pretty sure I saw
nature's chemicals.
I'm pretty sure I saw floating Band-Aids in there a couple times.
Oh, absolutely.
This was also the place that had a ball pit that had like a lot of crushed in balls in the ball pit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That you would try to go in and you would automatically just sink to the bottom and feel like hair and dirt down there and just want to climb back up.
Remember the roller coaster? At the Kitty Land?
Okay.
When I was very small, they didn't have that. And then they added it later, and we thought we were big stuff.
Vaguely?
But
it was gone before I was.
It basically went like this. Okay, next one. That was it.
No, it kind of turned you a little bit around
It did
the
turn,
corner.
yeah. Or threw you out, one or the other.
That,
Yeah.
but I mean, like,
I
you
think I
didn't turn,
remember
you
that
just kinda
thing.
like,
I think I remember that thing coming off the rails at one point.
really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, for real.
We had, well, here's the thing. They had a swimming pool that decided instead of fixing, they were just going to put bumper boats in it.
Yeah. Well,
fell
and I
apart.
told you who closed down the pool, right? It was my roommate.
Yes.
Because he dove off, hit his head on the bottom,
Yeah.
cracked his neck.
Yeah, and that ended the
sued
pool.
him. Yeah, and then ended the pool.
See,
basically.
I took swimming lessons there, and then I couldn't take swimming lessons there anymore
Yeah.
because of your friend.
Yeah, because of my friend. Jeffrey Dreyfall. You're on
Wow.
point. Yeah.
Well,
That's his whole name.
should I might go back and just beep out that.
No, don't do it.
No, if anything, just for
He'd
comical
be
purposes.
proud that I'm telling you. Yeah.
Okay. So let's
He's still
get,
around.
Let's get back to where
He's been
we
married
were.
to a couple of strippers, but he's still
Okay,
around.
okay,
Yeah.
let's get back to where we were. This went way off the rails.
Jeffrey, I hope you're listening.
They can't figure out why the room's upside down. Like they're trying, like Batman's like, oh, it's two different viewpoints. What is this? And they're
Yeah.
trying to figure everything out. When Batman totally notices, hold on, if this is upside down and I don't get what this has to do with anything, maybe it's a clue that I missed. He's like, then that means I'm not on the first floor. I'm not on the, like, I'm on the bottom floor. Like it's flipped. Like he went up and Robin went in the bottom, like because Robin's like, I'm in a basement, and they're trying to figure. I don't know what it has to do with anything, but that point is
Okay.
made a point for some reason.
Well, he is the world's greatest detective.
Anyway, Two-Face locks them both up in there and essentially sets off a bomb inside this house.
You know what? It does make sense for Two-Face that you would have one room that's right and one room that's upside down.
Yeah, but no, they were all upside down. I didn't get it.
Okay.
But there's an explosion. They realize they haven't heard anything from Alfred and Tim realize they haven't heard anything from Nightwing and Batman.
Two-Face is pretty wasted in this story.
He is.
Like he's just like, oh, we need a bad guy.
I kind of feel like it is.
Yeah.
Like you could have
Yeah.
made, sometimes with these events, I like it when they just make a unique villain for it because the story to me is more about Tim Drake and that Batman needs a Robin. So you
tickler.
don't need, well, we got a
Remember
lot
that
about
for
the
Spider-Man?
tickler. Yeah.
The tickler.
The tickler.
The wall.
The wall. These are
That's
all
what you need,
Spider-Man
yeah.
and the Electric Company
Yeah.
villains.
The
But
wall.
but Alfred realizes, hey, like Nightwing sent his emergency to his emergency line. Like it let us know that something. Or I can't think of the. I want to call it a telecast, but it's
Signal?
not like a broadcast. There you go.
Oh, broadcast.
Yes, but it's signal to us. His emergency signal, but it was cut off without an in command, which means something happened and we need to get there now.
It's like the one you hear at the airport. Like if you turn on your radio at the airport.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
There's a certain signal at the airport that tells you when the flights are coming in and out.
The brown
but
note?
it only no, it's not the brown note. But it only works within the confines of the airport.
Oh.
Like if you're in the parking garage.
Is it
or
kind of like
whatever.
when you go to a
if you go to a
drive-in?
Well, kind of. But like if you go to a big city or something and you want just
The
news
TV?
on construction or something, you can tune in on the radio. It's a
Oh,
special
they
signal.
They used to have where you could listen to the TV channel on.
Well, that
radio.
seems dumb.
It was. You
But
couldn't
yeah,
tell what
okay.
you could hear it. Anyway, so that takes us to our last issue here as we wrap up A Lonely
God,
Place
you're
of
asking
Dying.
for your own demise if you're broadcasting TV on radio. Because
They did
people
it.
listening to it have to be going, where's the picture?
No, they did it. I would listen to. There would be times. Oh man, this is gonna date me. But there would be times where I'd be on like the way home, like leaving like football practice in high school,
Yeah.
and there'd be a show that I'd watch. And I'd be running late, and a couple times
would
I would
listen
listen
to it
to
on
the
the
first
radio?
Again, Mike. This is okay. I need
You
people.
grew up in a time when VCRs were very available.
I did, but I didn't always remember to set one. So hear me out. So I wouldn't miss it,
Radio.
and because there was a time where
Turn it on. I'm
reruns
going to be late for Knight Rider.
reruns weren't they didn't happen often.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to watch it, you had to catch while I was there.
Took a
So
while. Yeah.
I wanted to make sure I could be like, hey mom, what did I miss? And she could tell me.
Yeah.
Or I could listen. And then if there was something I didn't understand because there was a visual gag, I'd ask there.
So
But
your
then,
mom would watch the show without you, is what you're saying.
I was on the way. Yeah.
What show you
We had
think?
local TV. What show on this? The one that I'm thinking of right now was Chuck.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't a bad show at all.
No, it
Yeah,
wasn't.
It's a great show.
Although I think Zachary Levi unfortunately kind of went off the deep end here lately. But
Zachary Levi was excellent in Shazam. The first one.
He's really good in Shazam. And
was
he was really good in
excellent in the
Chuck.
first
Chuck
one.
was a really good show.
Chuck was a good show.
And above anything else, the music in that show was really
What
good.
I like about Chuck the most is when
Adam
they
Baldwin?
use his cardboard cutout in The Office.
Yes.
You ever seen that?
Yes.
Like where they're doing the pyramid. They're selling the pyramid at the pyramid store.
Yes.
For the saber. Yeah.
I forgot about
And
that. Till just now.
TV's Chuck is there next to him, the cardboard cutout.
Oh man, so much Subway in that show. But anyway, like that was one. I don't know. My mom and I watched Gilmore Girls together.
Gilmore
I know that's
Girls is
very
a great show.
It is.
It was a great show. It really was.
I have started watching it again.
You gonna watch the new ones?
I already seen that. Wait, are they making more new ones?
No. I'm
Oh, I already
just
watched
asking.
the
You
new ones,
watched all
dude.
those? They weren't any good. were
It
they?
made me. I know this.
They were sappy.
It made me hate.
Yeah.
hate Rory. Like I didn't like Rory even more afterwards. Anyway,
You feel bad for her when you watch Handmaid's Tale, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Speaking of Chuck, Yvonne Strahovski in Handmaid's Tale too.
Oh,
The girl who
okay.
played Sarah is
Yeah.
what's his name's
Yeah.
husband actually.
What's his name's husband?
What's
She
his
is.
name's husband
Okay.
in Handmaid's Tale? Let me finish this story so
Sure,
we can get out
please.
of this. There, I just wanted you to focus on that cover because I know you
So
like
sorry.
that there.
Oh, I love it when you.
Yeah.
Can,
Hey.
if you can get me more Robin crotch.
But
That's what I
DC
want.
Comics aren't just for kids, and it's that cover. Anyway, here's part 5. Yeah. So Alfred and Tim decide we got to go check on Batman and Nightwing since obviously the signal cut out, something's wrong. And Tim's like, Batman needs his Robin.
Batman's missing his TV show.
I'm going to be his Robin. Two-Face now decides, all right, should I do the final thing? Like flips his coin.
Yeah.
And decides, and, the time's now. He sets off another bomb as he leaves the house to try to trap them in there again. He's like, I've, trapped Nightwing and Batman. I've killed them both. Finally did what I wanted to do. And he takes that radio with him, the radio that had been talking to him. That's just a small thing. Tim decides to become Robin here, as you see him put on the mask.
I take that mask off. It gets rid of your pupils.
That is what I saw too. It's like, but if you look at the mask, there's nothing behind the eyes.
There's nothing.
Then he puts it on, boom, white. But
Magic.
he shows up. I will give it to Tim. He shows up and immediately goes after Two-Face, which if you've been following along for us for our Red Hot Rockin' Robin summer, which again, we got to come up with a different name because it's not summer anymore. In Robin Year 1, remember Two-Face beat the mess out of Dick Grayson.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Very badly. We've covered 3 stories where Robins are immediately put in danger. Batman's not good with that. That's what happens a lot. But Tim shows up and he's like, Two-Face, if Batman and Nightwing are dead, like Robin is going to make you pay. And here's what I enjoyed, is like he gives him a nice punch, but then Two-Face quickly gets the upper hand in a sense because Tim hasn't fought anything like this.
Sure. Plus he's 13.
Plus he's 13, so it makes sense that, fully grown, psychotic, former district attorney of Gotham would be able to overcome him.
With a pipe.
Yeah, and I do love, though, that Two-Face points out, I was wondering, like, when the Brat was going to show out, you haven't been seen in months, man. Like, I kind of heard the news going on underground was that something had happened to you.
Yeah.
He goes, but the rumors about you, that you had bought the farm, and he like hits him with a brick, and then he like grabs a.
These criminals are idiots.
They are.
By
He
the way, they
grabs
can't
like
tell the difference between a 13-year-old child and a grown-up man who's in
Well,
the same costume.
Well, no, because Jason Todd was still a child too.
He wasn't 13.
You think he was 16?
I think he was older.
I mean, he was hunting down his mom, but he still kind of looks.
He was stealing hubcaps, man.
He started off stealing hubcaps,
Yeah.
true, but he was still that. He wasn't of age, like
Then he got
what I mean?
retconned.
Yeah, they did get wrecked. Mike, it makes me so excited when you say stuff like that. Anyway, Two-Face goes to beat Robin again. It's a common theme of Two-Face beating up Robins. If it's not Joker, it's Two-Face. And Alfred sees this, and I did appreciate this.
And Alfred goes,
Not in my house. No, Alfred comes up and...
did I say Alfred?
Alfred, yeah. Alfred, like Tim is able to
Alfred.
get out of the way, and he grabs that brick and stops the from being hit with the pole.
Yeah.
But Alfred comes up behind and at least tries to like grab and subdue Two-Face, which made sense to me of why he would be thrown off for then Robin to
Well,
come
if we're
in
to believe the history
and get a punch.
Alfred is actually a kind of a badass.
Alfred is kind of a badass. I don't know about here, but at least it made sense in this scenario of where Two-Face would knock him off and he'd be distracted enough to where that would be
Michael
where
Caine
Robin
would
could
knock
go
him
there.
down.
Yeah. He would come in and like, and to save Tim and
Throw
Tim
his
get
false
the upper
teeth at
punch
him
there.
or whatever.
So they subdue Two-Face that way. They call the cops and they're able to go in and find where Batman and Robin are buried. I just wanted to go over this. This is kind of the end of our story here, but it's just funny to me. They find Batman and he tries to lift it and he can't. And he's uses all of his might to get these giant beams off of Batman.
Sure. And
then move rubble over him. And that's where Batman's like, who are you? And he tells him, don't worry about that. Just call me Robin right now. Like, let me just help. Like, he's like, who cares what I am? This panel mic, I know you can't see my mouse, but the middle one there, I wanted to tell you, is the most yoked I've ever seen.
That is a big
Look at those leg muscles, those arm muscles.
Yeah.
That 13-year-old does not lift or does not miss a day of lifting at the Arnold Schwarzenegger School of Weightlifting. Like,
Robin.
look at that dude.
That's your rockin' Robin.
That is.
Tweedledee.
I can't believe I just went with it still. So he frees him, and as soon as he does, and Batman and Nightwing get free, the first thing Batman does, you think a thank you?
Rips
the mask off and he goes, I don't know who you are, but you're not Robin. There is no more Robin.
How good a detective are you? If you have to rip off the mask and say, I don't know who you are.
And he's like, you're not Robin. Do you think for that brief second he was like, Jason?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is kind of... but they have this argument, and he's like, Bruce, like, please listen to me. And Batman's like, what'd you say? And he's like, I know you're Bruce Wayne. Like, I know Nightwing's really Dick Grayson, and I know what happened to Jason Todd. He tells him, he gets out there. He's like,
Let's
I
go
know.
over here in color.
Yeah. He's like, I never thought of you becoming, like, or he goes, I never thought of becoming Robin. But with you training me, like, I could. And Batman's like, or he tells like, Batman has to have a Robin. And he's like, no. Where is that written in stone? There's no more need for there to be a Robin. And then Alfred goes, then there is for there to be a Batman? Kind of behind him. And you kind of see behind. And he goes, Batman, it's hard for me to say this, but since Jason died, like, everyone's noticed, like, you've changed. You're not the same. You need someone there to make you slow down just a bit, to wonder, like, what could happen. I mean, how many times have you been hurt these past couple months? And I love they draw... Alfred and Nightwing don't say a thing in this whole conversation, but it shows the two of them just kind of like looking at one another, and like the kid has all these good points that he's making to Batman.
Absolutely.
He doesn't like, if not for you, like for those criminals you hunt down, like you want them to think that they can get away with murder. Like Batman, if they think that they could kill someone like Robin, what's to stop them from going after somebody else? Like there has to be kind of.
It's a good point.
And he goes, I don't know like why you decided to wear that costume. But it's a symbol, obviously, just as Robin is a symbol, or Superman, or Nightwing, of like, that uniform, just like cops. Like, it means something.
I don't know that I'd put Nightwing right up there.
He does.
But okay.
And this isn't just a symbol of, like, a symbol of justice. It's one that, like, others take. It's a place, because, like, justice can't be stopped. It's a reminder that. And Batman needs a Robin, no matter what he thinks or what he wants. And then, like, they're just like, the boy could be a politician, is what they say when he's having to make all the points he makes. And Batman goes, what I do is dangerous. And he goes, I know. And that's exactly why you need me, is because you need somebody to kind of keep you level.
Sure.
And he's like, and they're like, oh, whatever. We still need to go to find Two-Face. And he goes, Dick, I know where we can find him. And Batman goes, oh, let me guess. Since you figured it out, you want to come along too? And he's like, yeah, but I'm not going to get in the way. I love this, too, is that Tim wants to go, but Tim purposely says, but I don't want to get in the way. And he does that. He doesn't get out there. He's not your typical, like, oh, they hunt down Two-Face to this metal
ball factory.
No, it's like I can't think of it. A junkyard. Thank you. Where he tries to knock cars over on the Batmobile that Tim is staying in, like he was told to, but Tim's able to jump out and hide underneath the Batmobile just in time. They apprehend Two-Face. It's long story short. They do stop Two-Face.
No kidding.
Yeah, I know. And then they're back at the manor where Tim is just thinking, like, Mr. Wayne, even if you don't want me to be like the new Robin, just this was the greatest day of my life. Yeah. Like, thank you for all that. But yeah, spoiler alert, we wouldn't have covered this if it wasn't a thing. He does come around to essentially agree that, thanks, Mr. Wayne, or Bruce, I'll try to earn your trust.
Yeah.
And this is, we talked about, this is when they finally show, this is about a year after a death in the family, this issue. So Jason Todd's been dead a year. There's been a year in comics with no Robin.
Yeah.
And now you bring back Tim Drake. There's also been a year in comics with no Joker. And they end it with the voice that we heard on the radio, playfully not necessarily supposed to be Two-Face's, but it was the Joker's.
It was the Joker.
And he talks about how he's been mending in a hospital after the explosion.
He's been here all along.
Yeah, and that he's kind of, hey, it's me, Sam Reich, and I've been here all along. I wish I could be on Game Changers.
Wow,
anyway,
nice job.
Thank
Good
you.
pull.
But it just goes to show us that Joker's still alive. And there you go. Batman has his new Robin. Tim Drake is our new Robin. There's more good stories, but I would say that Tim then goes on to become the Robin of my youth. While I still think that for me, when I think of Robin, I still usually think of Dick Grayson. I will put him as Nightwing, and I will think of that more, and I will be fine with a Tim Drake kind of Robin in this world. If you want to have Nightwing, Tim Drake is Robin. We'll cover Damian next week, but I remember from the cartoons, from everything else, for me, Tim was the Robin that I was most used to.
So, we talked about this with Peacemaker, the fact that John Cena started playing him, and so the comic book started looking like John Cena.
Yes.
Right? Let
me find something else. What you do? Go ahead.
Well, if you go back in this, and you don't have to, but I'm saying the guy that played Dick Grayson, Nightwing.
Yes.
He looks just like, was it Chris Evans? Who was it that played Robin in the George Clooney one?
Oh, Chris O'Neill.
Yeah.
Chris
so
O'Neill?
The one that went on to CSI, FBI, NCI, whatever. He looks just like him. Honestly, so did this come out after that?
No, this came out before that. Okay. This came out in '89.
Okay. Well, then it's just a coincidence, but there's a couple of panels there where it looks just like him.
Oh yeah, I did want to bring up one thing. Oh no,
or maybe it's just great casting. I don't know.
Well, it's true. It doesn't bring up. I wanted to just try to show you. Mm-hmm. We talked about it a little bit of how they changed the costume to pants, like for him and stuff after the outfit he
changed
gets.
Robin to pants.
Yeah, that's the thing that's really cool about Tim Drake too. See, I didn't have, when I say that he was my Robin, what I'm used to, I didn't have the more pixie outfit, I guess. I don't know what else to call it aside from that. With sleep. I don't have, I didn't have any pixie outfit, Robin toys, but I did have, as I'm sitting here and I'm going to add this image after I figure out where I saved it just to show you the outfit, because I think it's cool. It's going to cut between us there probably. Here, let me add it to stage. There you go.
Oh,
See?
He's got the green pants.
See, they turned it to that. I put it in there, and gloves, and I actually really like that outfit
like that
for
a lot
Robin.
Better. Yeah.
That might be my favorite Robin outfit. Damian's is kind of cool, and you'll see it some, but
now,
So
tell me, is this who is that one?
I think that's still supposed to be Tim Drake too.
Okay, it says Tim Drake.
Yeah,
that's
our Tim Drake.
Okay, so he does wear red pants at some point.
Sometimes too, and
I like that outfit.
They have some where it's like black and gray, and it actually looks really good. They get away from the green and yellow. I would argue, and I heard somebody else point this out, and I'm going to steal the opinion, that the best person to wear, or the person who looked the best in the Robin outfit, is none of the Robins we covered at all, and it's actually Carrie Kelly from, I think that's supposed to be like a Tim Drake in the Titans. I'll tell you this.
That is Titans, yeah.
Yeah, in Titans the Jason
season 4.
Todd Robin outfit does have pants and stuff too, and it kind of looks like that.
Yeah. He needs pants.
Yeah.
This is the one you're talking about. This is from McFarlane with the black pants and stuff.
Kind of like that.
Yeah, that's a cool outfit.
But
that's a good looking Robin right there.
It is.
But that looks like somebody who should be standing next to Batman. Mm-hmm. This other one looks like he's a kid that won a contest or something.
Yeah, a little bit, but still. I was saying the best one to wear the pixie outfit, I think, was none of the Robins we covered, and it's actually Carrie Kelly. Well, I say it, we've covered Dark Knight Returns on here, which is a great Batman story, but I think Carrie Kelly actually pulls off the pixie look the best. I like the 80s. It's back when Frank Miller art wasn't.
Oh, you're talking about the Frank Miller Robin.
Yeah.
No,
I like her
with the glasses and the whole thing.
Yeah, I think her in that classic Robin outfit actually works well.
That's cool. Yeah.
I wanted to tell you, you know what exists that we're going to have to cover?
What's that?
Let me see if I can do this. This has gone on too long, but
just remember, we got a big chunk we had to take out of there.
Well, that's true. It's still
I'm sorry, folks. If there's a bump in the middle, it's because I had a
Well, no, here's the thing. I'm going to edit it. They won't even know it. No, so there was and I just want to find a panel of it. They did, Frank Miller returned for some Marvel DC crossover. Mm-hmm. that was old Batman versus old Wolverine. And I want it, man. I wish I could just find an image of it to show you, but they don't have AVIF, or they won't let me put in AVIF files in a StreamYard. So just look that up if you want the art of it. So we're going to cover that at some point in time, just for art alone.
Batman versus Wolverine?
Old Batman versus old...
Oh, yeah. I've seen that. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
We're going to cover that at some point in time.
Yeah.
So you can look forward to that. But what you can look forward to...
Not, but I know
we're going to cover it for the art.
Kick ass, though.
Oh, no. Then are you sure we're talking about the same thing?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we're talking about... Oh, never mind. No,
we're not talking about the same
they're
thing.
Awful. Never mind. Yeah, because it's that one, right?
Yeah.
That's
no. Frank Miller here recently, like his style at one point in time,
happened to him.
It devolved a little bit, I think.
It
but
did.
It's they had these. I really wanted to just for the. So this is the last thing, and then we'll sign off. I know we've talked about it before. They have we've talked about like sports cards and trading cards and stuff like that. They make like Marvel trading cards.
Yeah.
And it's the same brand. Like they have like Topps Finest for baseball and stuff like that. Well, they have like Topps Finest for Marvel.
Oh, do they?
And the big thing this year, and I couldn't justify spending the money on it, but part of it was they had like, different like foil cards and stuff like that. But the big chase in their Finest this year were sketch cards from Frank Miller. Like that was the pull of it, was like one of one like sketch cards.
Yeah.
And I so badly just I want it to look bad. I mean, I love early Frank. Like Frank Miller has done some amazing stuff. I don't want it to sound like I'm sitting here shitting on Frank Miller.
Yeah.
But I would love to have oddly like a Frank. I'm hunt one of these Frank Miller sketch cards down and just
but the bad one.
But a bad one. Yeah. I don't want good stuff.
Yeah, I get that.
I take that back. Last thing that I said.
You know what we should do sometime? Do you remember the Hero Clicks game? We should play that sometime.
We should do that. I also have the Marvel tabletop role play where we should D&D, and I could do that too.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or we should play we should just find board we should expand
play the
this.
George Clooney Batman board game.
But we should expand this into other stuff. I've thought about us just watching episodes of the Super Friends and doing reviews on that before too.
Well, if we're going to do that, then we have to do the Mighty Heroes also, which were like Baby Man and Birdman.
Yeah. See, there's so much stuff we can get into.
Cuckoo Man. Yeah.
Cuckoo Man. All right. Coming up next week, we end our coverage of Robin as we finally cover Damian Wayne. And here's the thing. There's a lot of stories we could get into.
And the nation exhales.
And they're like, who finally? And we will not
sigh.
talk. Here's the thing. Just like I said, we wouldn't talk any more Superman after we got done with Superman this year. We'll do the same with Robin and Batman. We haven't. I mean, we've talked about it, but we haven't covered anything. Have we?
No, I don't know. I'm barely here.
By the way,
every
I saw some director commentary from the movie where James Gunn went on and on about how good Millie is as Superwoman or Supergirl.
Here's the thing we need to talk about just real quickly. We hosted Lloyd Kaufman here the other day, and he is the guy who started Troma Films.
Yes,
also gave James Gunn his start.
That's true.
So that was very
6 degrees
freaking
of separation.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot you got to do that.
Yeah.
No, that was really cool.
He and Toxie came up here.
Nice.
Yeah, a guy dressed like Toxic Avenger.
Yeah. Which the Toxic Avenger movie just came out last month too.
He said that's honestly the best thing they've ever done because they finally had a budget.
Yeah.
Is basically what he said. It was
That's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah. Then he said Charlie Kirk like 1,000 times.
Oh, okay.
Well, but not in a good way. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just move past it.
Exactly. You should.
Let's thank you guys for taking the time out to watch, to listen. As always, we got Robin coming up. We're wrapping up, and then for October, we're gonna do spooky stuff, but not like maybe some actual spooky stuff, but probably some silly spooky stuff. And just we're gonna get back to just
Have you ever done a Casper the Friendly Ghost?
We might now.
Yeah, I'd love to. That'd be great.
We'll have a Casper coming up in October.
I have some thoughts on
Do you have
Casper.
something else you want us to cover? I see. I've thought about finding also a really bad, because I know you're a really big horror movie fan. I thought about hunting down. I got to figure out which one of the like slasher like tie-in comics they made was the worst, and like covering that for one of them. We're gonna have fun with Halloween, so stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for all the comments.
Evil Dead comics too. And
we have
Army
good
of
ones.
Stuff.
There's also Sergeant Rock versus the Evil Dead that we need to cover at some point in time too.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for all the comments. Thank you for taking time out to watch and listen. Thank you so much for all of this.
Thank you, Red Bladder.
Lighter. Thank you for everybody for all the comments. Thank you so much for taking the time out to watch us and to pay attention to us and all of it. I can't thank you guys enough. I'm Damn it. I was trying to see what Mike was doing there. Oh, man. Anyway.
I just turned on the fire.
Make sure to check out all the great podcasts on the Rogue Media Network family of podcasts.
RogueMediaNetwork.com.
And until next time, do you remember what to say? Again, I want to check on you since I've been asked to make sure.
Yeah, I'm good.
Until next time, stay safe, everybody.
23 Skidoo. Golly Con.
Frozen heroes. Gonna tell you about frozen heroes. Gonna tell you about.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.